Today's my first day at the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, an intense 3-day course that will test my skills as a chef to the absolute limits. But I've been hearing rumors about a student here. I don't know what to expect, but from what I've heard, I'm afraid I might fall in love with.
This has been requested for me to play. I've never played a dating sim before. I've never been to KFC. So here we go. I got my like fancy shirt on. I didn't put on pants for this stream. I didn't think it was necessary. So not wearing pants. Before we get started, tell us your name. Oh, I should pick like a. Should I go with my real name so they're talking to me, or should I pick like a fancy name?
Who am I? I haven't even stepped foot on campus and already their questions stumped me. A lowly culinary student in search of romance. A delicate dreamer looking for his one true love. Some might say Griffin. It's just your name, isn't it? No, this is an expression of my true self, the person locked deep inside who I'm striving to be. I know who I am. I know who I'm going to be. From now on, you can call me Griffinier.
This is a dating sim, and I believe that means it's a visual novel. I got the reading level of like a 5th grader. And that's kind of an insult to 5th graders now I think about it. Let's drop it down to 3rd grader. This might be a little rough. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the windows of your modest student apartment. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. This music kind of fire. Okay. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. What does she sound like? I don't know if I can do an anime girl voice. Good morning, Griffinier. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Because I sure am. Excited and a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. Oh wait, she's crying. I can't read and look at her facial expression at the same time. This game is too complicated. I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by master chef parents. She always held herself to a very high standard. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? I kind of want to know some gossip. All summer, you've been hearing rumors about a dreamy, enigmatic mystery student who's enrolled at this school. I heard his name is Harland, and he's no ordinary student. I heard he once fought a bear with just his smile. You both sigh thinking about a student so handsome that the laws of physics don't dare apply to him. Dreamy. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands onto the ground. It's Ashley. I'm gonna say Ashley, because that's not how you spell Ashley. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave Griffinier shins alone. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, aw man. But she has to add the extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. No comment. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van, the man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Ahem, Van. What?
You rang.
Let's go, Miriam. See you guys later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. What was, this kid looks like Bling Bling Boy from Johnny Test. What did Bling Bling Boy sound like?
Frozen test. Oopsie. I think it's broken.
You reach forward and easily pull the door open.
My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old.
His name tag also clearly says Bob, but I guess he's been reading it upside down. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place in the podium at the front of class. Adorable. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect, woof. Out of nowhere, the wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fills the air inside the classroom. And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. He needs to have like a handsome voice. Or should he have like a cool guy voice, like, please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong.
And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a Lot.
Maybe we should open that window back up before faucet pits melts in the puddle and evaporates entirely. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy howdy, hang on. Does he need a cowboy voice? Boy howdy. Boy howdy! This classroom's hotter than a Kentucky fryer. But I can't do that. I can't say please my handkerchief in a southern accent. So it's gotta be like, please, my handkerchief. But I use the voice for the narrator. I use that voice for the narrator. Can I do like a southern drawl with a sexy voice too? Howdy. Hey, howdy. Howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Howdy. Please, use my handkerchief. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you. About how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Another student? Come on. I feel like this guy's Irish. I don't know why, but this guy seems Irish. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I can't do an Irish accent, man. I hope everyone's had a good summer. I'm just gonna do British. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss...
Quiet! Let that be a lesson to you students. That tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time.
You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referring to. Appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance.
Oh, Clank, you rascal!
This is it. My first day of school has just begun and already I can see the drama unfolding around me. My quirky best friend vying for my attention. The mean girl duo bent on ruining my life. The stoic and delectable man of my dreams. Plus an oven, a paste enjoyer, and a student named...
Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation.
Only 2 options remain.
Hey, Griffenier, there's still a seat here.
It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me. If you're interested. I can sit by my best friend who is nervous for school. Okay. She is nervous for school and I can't remember her name. I feel bad. I feel like I should sit by my friend because then we can like chit chat. Although Colonel did invite me. And I think she would understand. I feel like I gotta sit by Sanders. You take your seat by Colonel Sanders. As soon as you settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. If a train A is traveling to point B, and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
Look, extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's so mean.
Forest is to tree, as chicken is to...
Feather, night vision goggles, or a slam dunk? Feather? Oh, that's right!
What's the most efficient eating utensil ever created?
Comedically oversized fork is not efficient, though. It's not efficient. So I'm gonna go with spork. What food is best for a broken heart? Camel meat. Does that say camel meat? No, it's gotta be a pancake with silly face, right? Like, that's wrong!
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch!
The cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant I'd ever eaten at. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the ends of your nose. Your mouth waters.
Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good.
Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Piled high are huge piles of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. Oh, what a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve this perfect balance of flavors. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She wants him all to herself. You take the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. What exactly is on that chicken? How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me a fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. It's no big deal. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone. Then he leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use redacted. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Redacted! Wow! You would never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched.
Not only is he handsome, but he's a chef prodigy too. I knew then I had to get to know him better, so I met him after lunch in the quad.
Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. This man is a culinary master, and he has a lot of heart and soul in every word he speaks. So, you gotta be modest and thoughtful. I'm sure you'll be a big success. You know, we only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. Oh boy, the colonel likes me. Oh. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lessons will take place.
Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show off our stuff. What if I totally blow it? Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off.
Oh no.
Naturally, Miriam looks over at you. Unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. I didn't even get a choice? No. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Sure, Griffinier. I'll prepare our station. I didn't get a choice. I would have gone with Miriam. Without you as a partner, Miriam's left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice.
Hello, new partner. Oh my, two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose.
Dude, absolutely Clank. What are you talking about? Sorry, Pop. I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Clank judders, and the panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Dude, you can't be taking off your panels before you. This is the we're in class. The colonel said that the chicken was like his grandma's recipe or something. So he might be happy if I say my grandma's recipe for mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, that helped, bro. That helped. I saw the hearts. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away.
I'll go get the potatoes.
No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine.
Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders?
We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business.
Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man.
Ashley, you step off.
Did someone call for me? The music, dude. The music.
While I'm over here crushing Griffenier's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember?
Oh, dude, Van Van's crying, dude. Not Van Van.
But Colonel, if you ask me, I might be a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick.
Code red, people! This is a red alert! It seems that Ashley has decided to declare war. She thinks she can walk all over me and wipe the grime off her shoes on my apron, does she? She thinks she can come in here and snatch Sanders up from under my nose, does she? Well, I don't think so, honey. I'll show them. I'll show them all. Ashley, this is war. Filled with rage, without thinking, you fling the spork full of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face.
Van Van, do something! Do something!
Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Hold it right there, Griffenier. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal, braised tentacle of octopus with my silky saltwater sauce. You've ignored me for too long, and that ends now. It is I who will have the first bite. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate.
No, don't! The results could be toxic.
Too late! It has been eaten!
I don't feel so good.
It killed him! The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. At night, the school building has taken another vibe entirely. It's dark, and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands on the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today, they were amazing. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you're developing feelings for him. There's something I need to tell you. Oh, hold it right there! There's something I need to tell you first. I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef in the world has ever seen. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights.
Are you forgetting your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that! Forget him, we're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero.
Huh?
Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds! Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? It's a turn-based fight sequence! You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real! They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is no quitter, buffed up and ready to rumble. Spork Monster uses Utensile. You take 2 damage from attacks. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive this battle.
I gotta attack again, dude.
It does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing with cheese sauce into the lawn of the quad.
Wow, villain, your reign of terror stops here.
Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch! Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage! Spork Monster is defeated. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It's a book with magical spells and a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside, having signed it out to Borko. Whew! What an eventful first day of school. 1 of 3 already behind us. But I didn't even get a chance to tell the colonel how I really feel, and with only 2 days left until graduation, I fear I might not get that chance. First Ashley's interventions, and then a giant spork monster attacks us out of the blue. It's like the universe itself doesn't even want me to be with Sanders. Well, if that's the case, I'll be the one to break the will of the universe.
I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
Like him?
I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him, I like him.
Maybe it's best if you took it slow with this new boy. Like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? You're a thing now? Sure you did.
Miriam, you swine! You dare question the love connection I feel with the noble Colonel Sanders? You laugh at the very prospect of such a romance budding. I said no ill will against your microwave romance. Well then, I'll prove it to you.
Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Should I protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Dude, wait. I can't just say sorry, I'm not gonna tell you, I have to lie? Colonel Sanders told me not to tell anyone, so I have to make a fake ingredient. It was, I have Newt.
Okay, so maybe that wasn't the best idea, but Miriam, I will prove to you that what me and Sanders have is real. Look, here he comes now. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Surely he'll sweep you off onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. However, your sudden movement surprises the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. In the darkness, you see a vision.
Did I die? Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... Before he can continue, you suddenly awake. When you enter the classroom, you see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van. They're doing something bad.
Oh, why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey?
That's a good line, dude. You hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity and
panache, that must be it. It's a book, just like the one you found after the encounter with the spork monster.
So Ashley and Van Van are using dark magic to cook? Pathetic! If she thinks she can woo the Colonel with a cheap trick like that, then she's really lost it. Surely he'll see this vile trickery for what it is. If only I had a chance to prove myself. Maybe via some kind of timed competitive cook-off.
Today's lunch will be prepared.
Be a timed competitive cook-off.
I like your gumption, Griffinier. I'll be watching your performance. Just then, a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words, "Time already!" Alright, that's some intensity music, baby. Let's do this. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh crap, what temperature does the water boil at? 100 Celsius. That's right! How many herbs and spices did he say he used? It was 11. That's right! Now that you got the basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers you the most flavor? Diligence, trust, gratitude. Gratitude. That's right! You must never take this opportunity for granted if you ever hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never to forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on this advice and draw energy from that place. Now what would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? Small town, big dreams are born. That's right! This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. What's the sound of success? Sizzling. That's wrong. Oh gosh. You notice Colonel Standers out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Griffinier. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now you can think of as Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls would it take to fill a traditional tub of vinegar? What were you thinking? Get your mind back in the competition. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk! I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind.
Sorry, I forgot the question. You and Colonel Sanders exchanging wedding vows. What does that have to do with crafting a spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Ashley has already begun plating elements on her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit and dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps.
Ugh, yikes.
There's an easy way and there's a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hands in the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed.
Griffinier, no!
Your hands get stuck! It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning batter. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
No, this can't be. I lost. The Colonel, he was so disappointed in me. Oh, what am I even doing here? In my embarrassment, I run out of the cafeteria into the quad.
It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and they've decided to get married. He won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. Okay, listen. We're jumping the gun with the fill your fryer talk here, okay, first of all. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in a culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I walked other paths and I arrived at dead ends. Just as your moments grow intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle-scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe I don't know, maybe you really don't want to see me anymore, but... Okay, I need to go get a cough drop. Like, I'm actually like, oh gosh, dude, I'll be right back. I think Spork Monster needs a new voice because, oh gosh, dude, I'm losing it. That I can't do that voice. I can't do it. No. All right, Better get back to it.
It is I know I said I wouldn't be back after the whole fight to the death thing. Maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong for attacking you, and I apologize. I actually used to go to this school.
I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once?
No, I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student until one day some mean kid with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat.
Sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Griffannier, together I'm sure that we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite! I can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must look like. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with it.
The following footage has been redacted for violation of community guidelines, the Geneva Conventions, and common decency. Apologies.
You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. And now, I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house.
The following retelling of the events of last night has also been redacted. Again, apologies.
Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Griffannier, how's that hand feeling?
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Oh, you'll be losing a lot more than a nail if you don't back off my man. I'll show you, I'll show him. He belongs with me and I'll prove it in the final exam. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. You begin to run through a quick test of recipes you've been working on. Griffannier's famous chicken pot pie. And you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Griffannier, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. The pot pie had begun to bake, and the smell slowly filling the space around you. I was hoping you were in here cooking something delicious. You usually be happy to share your food with anyone who's hungry. But the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. The oven timer goes off behind you. I personally here believe that in all reality, for this character, Colonel Sanders is not a good match. I think it's more important right now to stick with my friend. And if ignoring this dish and pretending it's not there so I don't get distracted by Colonel Sanders, I don't know how this game works. If there's an ending where instead I say, sorry, Colonel Sanders, I'm gonna stay with my friend, I think I should, because Colonel Sanders is too career focused and I'm infatuated. Right now I'm infatuated by the idea of Colonel Sanders, but he is too focused on him, and so he won't be focused on me. I've seen that a million times in this game already. He'll put a relationship aside to further his own goals and his own passions, and he's kind of blind to all that other stuff. So I'm gonna say, ignore it and act like there was no sound. Did you hear that? I distinctly heard a bell chime. Someone must be training Sprinkles to do a trick. I bet his mouth is watering. Smoke begins billowing out of the oven, filling the arena around you. A disappointed Colonel Sanders leaves the area. When the coast is clear, you finally pull the oven open and find your practice pie has been reduced to ash. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. You step up to the cook-off for a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese, plus the pot pie you've been practicing, are just the dishes that will push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Ven and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into her itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend Baster Blaster!
Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Shallow personality spatula!
Even Clank gets in on it.
5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique.
When did Clank learn to speak English? Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena.
I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly in your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! No! No! The consequences of my actions! Well. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions. She doesn't know that you lied about the ingredient and it was made up. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff, it's better than TV.
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you can ever win. Summon the extra power from deep down within yourself.
I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up. What about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union.
Time's up, students.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays.
Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class.
You win! Together you and Colonel Sanders made a new menu item. So, we all passed the class. But after all that, where do I stand with the Colonel?
The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance.
Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
He's in casual clothes.
Howdy, classmates. Griffin, what are you doing sitting all alone? Would you dance with me?
Hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
I don't believe I need help.
He's right. And I don't need help either. I got so caught up in my infatuation, I didn't even see it. It was staring me in the face this whole time. My true passion. I, Griffinier, want to be in a mariachi band. Griffinier.